In this video, I want to address the issue of weight loss. This is the reason that most people join a gym, and I know it's the reason that most ladies join a gym. They don't want to be bodybuilders, they just want to lose weight. And I know it's a very confusing subject to people because the media has bombarded them with so much misinformation and conflicting information. So in this video, I want to discuss, what you need to do in the kitchen. It's going to take a lot of discipline and what you need to do in the gym. And that's not going to be what you expected. The first thing I want you to do is forget the crash diets. All they do is deplete your water and cause you to lose muscle mass. And you have to have that muscle mass because muscle is what burns fat. Now, to lose weight, there are two things you want to avoid: is excessive simple carbohydrates and excessive fat. So what do you want to eat? You want to eat complex carbohydrates because they're digested, absorbed very slow. And then you also want to eat protein that's low in fat because protein's digested slowly. It slows down the digestion of everything else that you've included in the meal. Now, as you probably already know, what we want to do is, instead of eating 3 large meals a day, we're going to eat 6 smaller meals a day. And the reason for that is that we don't want to ingest so many calories that we can't use them all, that they're going to be converted to fat. So we're going to keep those meals smaller, and the frequency of these meals is going to cause your metabolism to be elevated because you have to burn calories to process food. Next, I'm going to prepare a dish, and I'm going to explain to you why I use the ingredients I use. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and create the dish that I'm known for, and that's ground turkey, 93% fat-free. Broccoli, this is a complex carbohydrate. I'm going to alter this dish a little bit and add a little more complex carbohydrates with the zucchini. And then, I usually use a white rice, but this time I'm going to use a brown rice. White rice is easily digested, but brown rice, since it is not as easily digested, is going to enter your bloodstream at a slower rate, and therefore there's not going to be any excess carbs in your bloodstream that can be stored as fat. It's gonna feed your body slowly the carbs that your body needs. Okay, so I'm letting my ground turkey brown here, and notice that it's dry. I haven't added any oil, any butter, nothing. And it's 93% fat free, and by the time I get done draining it off, it's going to be even less than that. Okay, so I'm going to chop up my zucchini and split it down the center, about to 4 different pieces. I just chop it up into small pieces while my meat is browning. Okay, so I've got my zucchini chopped up, and now I'm going to chop up my broccoli while my water boils. I want to chop this up pretty fine and then just throw it in with the zucchini. Okay, as you can see, I've got my veggies boiling, and I'm waiting for my water to boil that I can put my rice in. I've got 4 cups of brown rice here, ready to go into my boiling water. So here's the finished dish. This is, chopped up very fine, and I gotta admit, uh, I do that for my dog because dogs do gulp their food, but it's good for us. It makes it easier for us to digest. So now if you have a serving of this is your meal. Say you've got a cup of brown rice. That's 300 calories, and then you've got a cup of broccoli. That's going to be 45 calories, and say in that serving there's 4 ounces of the ground turkey. That's 160 calories, and then your zucchini. A cup of that's 20 calories. So you've got about 525 calories, as opposed to going out and having a Whopper with cheese, which is 706 calories. That doesn't even count your fries and your sugary drink. So it's very healthy, and this is one of the dishes. This is the type of dish that you want to use when you try to lose weight. So in addition to this ground turkey, some of the other meats you're going to want to use are chicken breast, and you're going to want to use fish. You can bake tilapia and various other fishes. And then a cold meal would be with tuna. We eat a lot of tuna as bodybuilders because it's quick and it's inexpensive. And your whole grains, your breads, not white breads. Now you want to avoid everything that's white because that's simple sugar. White bread, white potatoes, white rice. Now this is for losing weight. Anything that's white. No desserts. Now you're going to think that fruits are our natural food, and they are, but when you're losing weight, you want to avoid those because they contain fructose, which is sugar. So no fruits, okay? And obviously, you want to, be careful what you drink. I recommend bottled water, and if that's too hard, you can take a little lemon juice and a little stevia, flavor it up, and sweeten it up. Again, any of your green vegetables are going to be, complex carbohydrates, and sweet potatoes, black-eyed peas, things like that. So, you're gonna have to get a book that'll explain, list all your foods, list all the carb contents, what types of carbs they are, list all the fat contents and the caloric numbers too. So you're gonna have to have a reference guide if you're serious about this. So now start yourself a diet. Design a diet that's 2,000 calories a day, six meals. Divide it all up. You can figure it out. You've got to be able to figure it out. You've got to learn how to figure it out. Now, if you're not losing weight, start to cut that down gradually until you get to the point where I don't know. It may be 18, it may be 1,600 calories it's going to take you to lose weight. Everybody's different. I can't tell you, on a video what you personally have to have for a caloric intake in order to lose weight. You're going to have to figure that out. Start at 2,000, like I said, and just start cutting until you hit that right number where you start to see those pounds, that fat coming off, okay? Now we're going to talk about the actual workout, and this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people because, people believe what the gyms sell, and they sell cardio, and they have very expensive treadmills and ellipticals and steppers, and these machines are expensive, and they've got tens and tens of thousands of dollars wrapped up in these machines. And people will stay on those machines an hour plus, year after year after year, and you look at them and they look the same. So what's that tell you? It's not working, okay? If you get on a leg press and you're going to work your quads, and you've got a decent amount of weight on there, you're going to do 8 to 10 reps, and you've got to stop, and you've got to rest before the next set. So how could you be working your muscles, building any muscle, if you can stay on a stepper for an hour? It's not doing anything, okay? And of course, walking on a treadmill, you're just kicking your legs out. That's all walking is, just kicking your legs out. So, it doesn't work. And what you've got to do is you've got to train, I'm afraid to say, like a bodybuilder. So you're going to have to lift weights. It doesn't have to be free weights. It can be on machines, but you have to have resistance exercise, strength exercises to build muscle, because muscle is what burns fat. And even the heart's a muscle. So the only way the fat can lose the body is through muscle. Okay, muscle burns fat. I can't say that enough times. So, and it's got to be intense. Now, when it's intense, when you move quickly from set to set, just long enough to get to the next machine, just long enough to change the weight on the selectorized machine and go to the next set. And each set's till failure. And then this strength exercise routine is cardio, and in 20 minutes you're done. 20 minutes. You're exhausted, your muscles are pumped, and you're building muscle. And it's still going to take time. Now, ladies, don't worry. You're not going to look like the female bodybuilders that they look like guys. It's because they're taking steroids. And it's a small drug cult. Don't let that scare you away. I know it's going to scare you away, and it's going to be the hard work. So, but that's all it takes. I work my arms, and I work my arms like nobody else. And nobody can train with me because I move so fast. 20 minutes, I've done biceps and triceps. I'm done. So, that's what it's going to take. I want to close by saying that you've got to think about it. You've got to think. I know we're in a society that's instant everything. They want everything now. We don't even watch movies anymore. We watch videos. We watch MTV, something that's it's boom boom, it's over with. Then we lose interest and we have to go on to the next thing. So but unfortunately, nature doesn't work that way. Our bodies don't work that way. It's going to take time to lose fat. And you got to think back now. You didn't get fat overnight. It took years to become fat. I hate to use that word. I don't know, what should I use? Gifted? We're not supposed to use that word fat anymore. But, you didn't get into the situation you're in overnight. And you're not going to get out of it overnight. If you can lose a pound a week, you're doing good. If you're losing more than that, you're going too fast. You're going to lose water and precious muscle mass. I can't say it enough. Muscle is what burns fat. Don't be afraid of it.